In today's show, the pack on the back, tracking a player's every move. And the kid from the country makes the big time. Hi everyone, I'm Mark Bickley and welcome to the Optus Crows Show as we fly as one in 2021. But first, moving from one end of the ground to the other is reaping rewards for Chayce Jones. After starting as a small forward in 2019, he moved into the midfield and now finds himself in defence. The new role has reignited his career, so what's he learned about his game this year?
With the backup, off to Chayce Jones, enjoying his new role in defence.
So I had a bit of a chat with Nixie and the coaches and stuff, sort of thing, and just felt that that would be a good position for me to try and get back into the team and try and develop myself further, and so far it's been a positive change. I'd played a couple of games, just a few different roles, a few different teams, and that sort of thing on the way through junior footy, but not for a dedicated amount of time, I wouldn't say. I think it is one of my strengths to be able to do a few different roles and that sort of thing, so it's a good change up just to get a bit of a feel back and develop a bit more, I guess.
Turning it on as he delivers in the Danaher direction again, but safe hands, Chayce Jones.
It is totally different with the structures and the way you want to go about it and the details around each position, but when you come to play footy, it ends up being the same, and you just want to play footy, so that's all it is, I guess. It's good to have a couple of games in a row, start to feel a bit more confident at the level, and hopefully can continue to build on that. It's pretty much be hard on defence, and then as soon as we win the ball back, want to get involved and try and help the team in offence as well, so having a balance of the two, but go out and have a bit of fun playing footy. The group back there is amazing, supporting, and as you said, young and enthusiastic, I guess, so it's good to have a few older heads and to help out with the moments in games and the leadership and that sort of thing, but the team itself is really enthusiastic.
Who kicks to a bit of a one-on-one. Crows in charge here. Chayce Jones got rid of Higgins.
Chayce's speed and tackling pressure is certainly an asset in defence. Now, back when I played, there were a few teammates who did their best to avoid the hard yards at training. But these days, there's nowhere to hide. That's because of the little GPS device that's fitted to the back of each player's Guernsey. It tracks every move in games and at training, and the data is used to improve fitness and performance.
GPS is a little lump or flashing light that you'll see at the back of their Guernseys. They work by using satellites to pick up basically wherever a player is on the ground at any one stage. Back when it first started, like what you get with your watch, you get your distance, but these days with those units of the players where they can capture pretty much every type of movement they make. How fast, how far, what speed they're doing, changes direction. Did they turn left? Did they turn right? Did they jump? So it's pretty amazing what the technology these days can do. The data is used for a couple of reasons. Firstly is to really track what game demands are. You know, we watch the game from TV or via a camera or on the sidelines, but with the GPS we can actually track what the players are doing and what we call as the game demands. In short, we're trying to make sure that our players are training for what they're about to go and do on a weekend. The other thing we do with it is we do what's called training load monitoring. We'd love every player to train every minute of every single day, but because of their age or their injury history, sometimes that can't always happen. So by using the GPS, we can track what the players are doing and then whether they need to do less or sometimes they actually need to do more. Lockie Scholl early in the season was really racking up some Ks. Obviously the position he plays on the wing is a really heavy running position, so he's definitely one that every week, we're always interested to see how far and how fast he's going. Ned McHenry's another one who does a lot. Harry Schoenberg might surprise people. With that position he's sometimes playing as sort of that high half forward midfield role. He can really rack up some really high speed efforts. Back when I first started, I think we only had maybe 22 units for everyone in the AFL team. These days we have one for every single player who comes in, and thankfully even for our development players who join our Stanfield team, so we can get a really good idea of what everyone's doing.
Yes, thank goodness they went around in my day. Well, someone who was with me back then was the man known affectionately as The Weed, and he'll join us after the break. Welcome back. An enduring memory of playing in the 90s is the sight of Wayne Wiedemann running at full tilt with his long blonde mullet flowing and the crowd yelling out, "Weed!" He was and still is a great character and a cult figure to Crows fans. Thanks to Optus, Sam Jacobs reminisces with Wayne about the yes moment he joined the inaugural squad.
McDermott up to centre wing. Wiedemann's there. I don't know that it's booing, Pete. I think it's weed from all the Adelaide fans. Wiedemann beats the Ayers tackle, got rid of him easily.
Highlight of your career?
Oh, most certainly. It's fantastic.
Okay, thanks for talking with us, mate.
Hello Crows fans, I'm here with massive fan favourite and owner of arguably the Crows' best ever mullet, Wayne Wiedemann. Weed, thanks for sharing your moment at the start of the yes.
No worries, Sammy.
That was when you came across and you got picked up by the Crows in the inaugural squad.
Yep. Back in 1990, moved across here from Canberra, played the last year with West Torrens.
Yep.
And then got an initial squad.
In terms of fan favourites, I think there was probably Modra and then Wiedemann. How was it being a fan favourite and every time you got the ball having the cry of weed?
Yeah.
Must have been exciting.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I think the fans enjoyed it even more. Positive out it was, even if I didn't do very well, they still yelled out pretty hard. So, look, it made it for a little bit of excitement, I guess. The opposition wanted what was going on. Crowd liked me running out on the ground, and then I just had to get a kick, which I found it hard to do sometimes.
A belated one, it is. That'll give them something to cheer about.
Now, looking back over the career, probably 93, the preliminary final was a highlight. I guess, how does that sit with you today? Is it almost an opportunity that went begging, or were you thankful to be able to play in a prelim and get so close?
Yeah, it was like, it was a really interesting couple of weeks because we had to beat Collingwood out here at Footy Park to make the five.
Yep.
And no one gave us claim to that, and then we go and face Hawthorn at the G, which was almost, you'd say, a nearly impossible task, and you get over that one, then all of a sudden we're going, oh, we could actually go somewhere. That year was something that I don't think we regret anything we did. We just probably look at it now and go, gee, we were pretty close to a pretty good opportunity.
Beautiful. Wade, thanks very much for coming and having a chat, mate.
No
thanks
worries,
for sharing your moment at the start of the yes.
Anytime.
Cheers.
Believe me, Wayne was as tough as he looked. Now, each week on The Crows Show, we're reliving a memorable comeback, and Brett James's return from Victoria brought him multiple premiership success. After 42 games with Collingwood, he was traded to Adelaide in 1997 and later that year helped us win the flag.
Good handball on the outside of Crows, Goodwin to James. James through the centre. James is directly in front of goal, but 55 metres out. The long drop punt. There's no one at the back there for St Kilda.
The following week, he played in Norwood's SANFL premiership winning team. And 12 months later, he was back on the victory dais for the Crows.
Number 11, Brett James.
Brett was still playing well into his 40s with his home club of Kersbrook in the Adelaide Hills. Another product of country football made his AFL debut last Saturday against Brisbane. Luke Pedlar was taken as pick 11 in last year's draft and joined the Crows via Glenelg, Prince Alfred College and his southeast home of Kingston. Already he's earned a reputation as a tough, hard-working contested ball winner.
McInerney down, Schonberg gained some early ground. Nice take on the turnaround. Pedlar, who got the ball out of the middle, the young man on debut. Pedlar again, nice anticipation to even numbers. Walker.
Didn't really know what to expect because, obviously never been in that situation before, but it was a weird sort of lead up to it. So we flew to Melbourne and then back in pretty much 24 hours, so that was a bit bizarre. I didn't really get to do what I normally do during a week, but come game day I was pretty nervous, but once the game started, just forget about everything really.
Just wanted to have a chat, so I just wanted to let you know you'll get the game this week.
So we were in Melbourne when it happened and had a team meeting, and obviously Mum got to tell me and she was pretty excited, I think. Pretty nervous to give me the phone call, I think. She knew she was going to be on speaker, but news got out and family and friends were really supportive and gave me a lot of confidence going in.
I've seen a glimpse of your highlights. You're obviously a ball magnet, you hit the footy hard. I love that, you love the contest.
He was inducted into the Hall of Fame that week as well, so week before, and yeah, just sort of hearing his story then, I knew a little bit more about him, and then to get him to give me my jumper was, yeah, really good.
But the Crows get away. Tough one for Pedlar, but he is tough. We've seen that already.
It all sort of happens pretty quick. I don't think I touched it for a good 10 minutes, but as long as just playing my role and doing the right thing in my position, whatever role I was playing, just trying to get that right, and then whatever footy come my way, just try to be as clean as possible and try and move the ball we wanted to, sort of way that we wanted to play.
Like many other talented juniors, Luke represented the state in both football and cricket. Stay with us. Shortly, Smithers introduces us to another youngster with high hopes for the future. The Crows are investing heavily in youth development. So this year on the show, we've given Brodie Smith the job of learning more about the next generation. With the help of Thomas Farms, he's introducing us to the youngsters who everyone hopes will carry the club to greater success in the coming years.
This week we're joined by Nick Murray. Mars, thanks for joining us.
No worries, thanks for having me on.
Give us your background of how you got to the footy club.
So I come from Henty, little town in New South Wales, and then played Murray Bush Rangers throughout there, and then didn't get drafted. My top age year, played a year with the Giants in their academy and a few NEAFL games, and went to Melbourne to play VFL for Williamstown. I come back home, worked on the farm, and then a few days before the draft, Hamish gave me a call and said, "We'd like to have you over to train for us for a 3-month period," and yeah, ended up getting over, and yeah, sort of haven't looked back since.
Beautiful, and there's a bit of a story about you working on the farm and then training. So can you talk us through that? The midnight running sessions, or is it 1 a.m, 2 a.m?
It fluctuated a bit on moisture levels because it was a pretty damp harvest. Sort of wasn't able to do my running throughout the day because we're doing 16, 17-hour days on the header. So yeah, there was a few running sessions where I was doing it at sort of midnight, 1 a.m, but yeah, it wasn't the quickest, but at least I got them done, so that was the main thing.
A few boys here complain about off-season programs, so you just remind them that story of this off-season. So who looked after you when you came over? Obviously you said you had to rush over because of the border closed.
Yeah, rush over. I was supposed to be in with Riley O'Brien, but he was in Noosa, so I moved in with the great man Tom Lynch for 4 to 5 days, I reckon, and then made the move over with Riley and his girlfriend. And yeah, just sort of been living there ever since.
And what's that like with Big Rob?
Yeah, it's interesting. He's obviously a pretty funny character. Yeah, but they've been unbelievable. They're still cooking stuff for me.
And don't be too nice. Any dirt on Rob? He's very close with his, very close with his dog.
Yeah,
like seen anything suspect going on in the house?
Yeah,
or?
There's a lot of lip touching with him and the dog. Loves the dog licking his face, so that's interesting as well.
Oh, he's disgusting. All right, thanks for joining us, Muzz.
No worries, thank you.
All the signs are very encouraging for the future. And you can support the club and join the Crows family for just $25 with the new We Fly As One Plus membership. You'll receive a $50 Crowmania voucher, exclusive member email communications and special offers, plus 10% discount at Crowmania. Join now at crowsmembership.com.au. Since 2008, Toyota has helped thousands of grassroots footy clubs raise over $7 million with the Toyota Good for Footy raffle. Clubs get to keep 100% of the proceeds, and prizes include 3 brand new Toyotas. Clubs can also win the opportunity to join coaching clinics run by Crows AFL and AFLW players. Let's check in with the Aldinga and Henley football clubs on how they've benefited from the Toyota Good for Footy raffle.
My name's Michael Williams. I am Junior Football Director at Henley Shark Football Netball Club. Through the Toyota Good Footy raffle, I think we've raised about $5,500 at the moment. Still got another couple of months to go. It is our major fundraiser this year.
Hi, my name's Dale Payne. I'm the under-13s coach at Aldinga Football Club. So Aldinga's a small community. We're a growing club and we want to help the community out by getting more kids involved in sport. So for the Toyota Good for Footy, we raised over $720. We'll use the funds to go towards new sporting equipment for the kids, so balls, bags, etc. And we also use them for team bonding sessions. This was a great opportunity for the kids today to come down and get some skills, a good team bonding session as well, and to get them out during the school holidays, not at home on the computer.
These clinics, as you can see behind us, the kids just love coming out here, you know, meeting some of the players and yeah, just having fun, just getting them out the house.
Support your local club by buying a $5 raffle ticket. Search Toyota Good for Footy raffle. We all know that the club has a special place in the heart of so many fans. Coming up, we'll hear the emotional story of one man's last ever game. This year, we've heard many fans tell us why supporting the Crows is such an important part of their lives. Darren, for instance, still remembers taking his dying father to what would be his final game, Round 1, 2015. With the help of Bendigo Bank, Darren explains why the club's generosity that afternoon is something he'll never forget.
He got a terminal illness in 2014, contacted the Crows. They were absolutely fantastic, made it easier for him to get to the footy and possible for him to get to the footy. They organised a meeting early 2015 for my dad and the players, showed him around West Lakes. Only caught up with Phil for 5-10 minutes. The guy was so into the people that he was speaking to, he just gave them 100% of their time. He just gave my father and our family the utmost respect and great attention for that 10, 15, whatever it was. It was really good. So 2:15, first game. He didn't think he was going to be able to get here. But he did, and it was just fantastic. Great day for the family, and they won, so even better. I remember that when the Crows come out, he just bawled, absolutely cried, because he just didn't think he was ever going to get here again. He loved them so much, just for him to get here for that special game where he didn't think he was ever going to get back to see them, and how they repaid him was really special to our family.
What a wonderful story. Staying with the fans, it's time to pick out our Toyota Crow in the crowd. So many faces to choose from, let's settle on you. If you recognise yourself, email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize. And what a prize! 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill Unbreakable Zone at Adelaide Oval. Terms and conditions apply. So check out our website for details. And each week on the show, a fan gets to put a question to Matthew Nix. Today, Rosie wants to know if the coach uses meditation as part of the Crows training.
Rosie, look, as far as meditation goes, it's not compulsory, but there are a lot of people, not just players, that use meditation. Or definitely mindfulness. I've done a lot of it across the journey, and I do like to sit prior to a game, a good 2 hours out, and spend 20, 25 minutes, just going through relaxation. I guess coming back to if you do some work around meditation, working on your mantra, and I think it calms the mind, it balances you out. I know a number of our players do it. We've set up an area in the footy club where they can spend time on their own, relaxing in a quiet environment, and it gives them great time to reflect. But as I said, it's not compulsory. It's something that we leave up to the players and or our staff if they do want to practice in some of the mindfulness.
That's about all we have for you today on the Optus Crows Show. Don't forget to keep an eye on @The Crows Show on Twitter for all the latest news, and check out the club's social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for your company. I look forward to joining you again next weekend on 7. Bye for now.